So. Hi everybody, I'm Sifu Rafi Dudarian. Welcome to my video for Black Belt Magazine. Today we're going to be doing a very basic 6-count Sumbrada flow drill. It comes from the Inosanto Lacosta method, so if any of you guys out there have trained with Guru, you're going to know this. There are many variations of it. We're going to start with the very basic one today for purposes of keeping the video short, and then we're going to show how to do it with a training knife as well. So I'm here with Jason, one of my students here at the Academy, and we're just going to get started. So the way the drill starts is you can start it from any point in the drill, but we're just going to keep it simple and always start it with the one line. So when Jason comes in and hits me with that one line, I'm going to do a roof block and check his hand. So the roof block, very quickly, is a block that comes across your body in the shape or angle of a roof, you know, the pitch of a roof. So when he comes in here, I zone away, I pull through, and then I'm going to hit him with the one line. I release my hand, and he goes to an inside deflection, and he checks. Then he's going to come in with the low foreline. I'm going to drop stick and check his arm at the same time. Then the drill repeats with me starting now. So it's the same thing. It's the same 3 counts on each side. So after he does that drop stick, I come up, and he goes roof block. Then he comes here. I go inside deflection. I go foreline and he goes drop stick. So if you haven't done the drill before, you'll see that and think that's pretty darned easy. But the drill is hard to learn. Once you get it, it's extremely easy. And then as I said earlier, there's a lot of variations on it. And then there's different ways you can do it. You can do it left-handed, right-handed, left hand versus right hand versus left hand. It goes on and on and on. It's very involved. So we're at the very basic level of this particular 6-count exercise. So again, let's just show it again. He comes in with the one line, and I block here. Now, you want to make sure when you're doing it that you do put some sort of body angulation and footwork into it. So we don't want to just stand here, because if he's coming through hard, it might come through, you know, I'm using my checking hand as a backup, all right? It's a mid-range drill, so I'm able to touch his hand. But usually we should zone over, okay? So as he comes in here, I zone away, pull my stick through, give him his hand back, and he comes through and checks and strikes, okay? And then he comes through here. I'm checking here on the back of his elbow. This stops and jams the elbow, and I'd actually be hitting the back of his hand as well. So it would be a two-part defense against it. To jam it here and smash it here, okay? So from that last technique, here, now I start the exercise. So I come up, and you see how it goes across. Then I come here, I go back, and then when he starts the one line, I angle over. And he goes here, I come down here, I come here, we go here, and he drops. So let's talk about what the actual defenses are doing. So when he strikes here, I could be hitting his hand. Okay, that's a very valid way of interpreting this. Okay, I'm hitting his hand and then checking across. But if someone's swinging it hard, even at middle range, that's it's a movement that involves very fine motor skills and great reflexes. So I teach the technique. I'm hitting that stick, but I'm really checking the hand. So my checking hand is really taking a lot of the bite out of his technique, okay? Remember, this is a mid-range drill. He's not out there swinging it from long distance, okay? That's a different defense on my side. So I check the hand, I'm coming across, I hold it here, and in actuality, of course, I wouldn't take my hand away, right? But we want the drill to cycle through. So when I come here, he goes across. He's actually could be hitting my hand and then going through and checking afterwards, okay? Or he could be hitting the stick and then countering there with the checking hand afterwards, okay? You really need to have this non-weapon bearing hand involved in the drill. If you don't, you're really missing the meat and potatoes of it, okay? And then as he comes through, so I'm going to drop back with my leg, okay? So I don't want to stay here. I want to make some distance. This distance is your friend. So I come back, and this could be what I'm doing, probably what I'm doing, but I definitely have this going on here. Some people say you should check on this particular foreline, you should check it with the fingers up. I've never liked that because I always felt it could go through if I'm off a little bit on my side. Some people say you should do this and guide it away. That's definitely valid. Some of my teachers do it that way. But I also feel like I could get clipped in the legs if I'm off in my side of the exercise. So when he comes in with that 4-line, I jam it right here, and I just feel real safe doing that. So I come here, and then we repeat it on this side. So I go 1 line, there's the roof block, there's my inside deflection, there's the drop stick, okay? Let's show some variations on that. The first one we're going to do, it's pretty easy. Instead of feeding the 1 line, we're just gonna feed a thrust. So it's a palm out thrust. You notice my elbow's in, my palm is out, and I'm directing it at a downward angle into the chest. Everything else in this 6-count exercise will stay the same. So instead of starting now with the 1 line, Jason's going to feed me a thrust, and when he does, I just zone off, and now it's a little different, right? I've got to go a little deeper because he's thrusting. I zone off, I make my roof block, he goes back to the deflection, I go here, and now I feed him a thrust, and he goes here, I go here, and here, okay? So there's the thrust, here, here, and then I feed a thrust, here, and here. So that's real simple. The second variation would be, instead of feeding the drop stick, I'm going to go to a low wing or a low crosata type block. So I just want to show that. So when he feeds me the 4-line, all right, this is what I'm doing. If you see how my palm up hand is on top of his forearm and my stick is here. Now this could be me directing his arm right into my stick here like that and cracking the knuckles, okay? Or it could be me directing it away, but either way, my stick is here to protect me, okay? So you can envision that or interpret it in 2 different ways. One is an actual hand smash and impact strike, or the second would be just riding it away, maybe to follow it up with a disarm, but certainly to get it cleared to open up more striking. So now if we go back to that 6-count with the 1 line here, 1, 2, and then what I do is I make the low crosata or an X, okay? And then I come here, 1, 2, and then he'll do the same thing, like that, okay? 1, 2, and then we come here, and then 1, 2, and then he goes low wing. So it's just, 1, 2, and then you bring your arms in opposing circles, bring your right leg back, and then make the crosata technique, and then you would come up here and start with the 1 line on that side. Okay, we're going to grab some training knives, and we're going to show you how to do this with the blade. The drill changes very little when we get into training knives, okay? And I just want to point out that these are aluminum trainers. These are dull, okay? You can't get hurt. Do not train with live knives. You're an accident waiting to happen. Don't train with a live blade, no matter who tells you to do it, okay? That's my opinion, and I stand by it. So now, what will happen is the drill gets even tighter because I don't have the longer weapon. So now when he comes in with that 1 line, now I can kind of come in and play the arm, okay? So now I come in, and now that roof block becomes more, it's still a roof block technically with the blade, but it's more of a slice and something with a lot more violence and damage to it. So he comes here, I cut, and then I go here, and he goes inside deflection. Okay, but now it's more of an inside slice, right? So now when he comes in with that low 4-line, I check it, and I cut here. And then we come up in here, and it's the same thing now on this side. Okay, so just like that. You see how everything changes quite a bit when we put the blade into it, okay? And then just for variety, I'm bringing it around, as I showed before, with the low crosata, and I'm catching him on this side, okay? And then here, here, here. And 1, 2, and 3, okay? Again, I just want to point this out because sometimes in the comments, people will bring this up. Let's remember, this is just a drill. We know this isn't real fighting, okay? And yes, you need to pressure test this, but you do it. I'm not here to show you how to pressure test it. You need to pressure test it to your skill and your capability, okay? So we're just giving you the basic drill, and now you have to take the ball and carry it on your own. Thanks for checking us out, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Say something in the comments below, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.